Hey, what's happening? It's Josh, and I'm back at you with a video. This video will serve to be a response to anyone with the similar question as my friend Morgan. Morgan, friend of mine, Facebook. Actually married to a friend of mine, somebody I've known for, I'm gonna really date myself, like almost 30 years. Anyways, so Morgan, this video is just for you. All right. So the question was, I've been doing this ketogenic diet, right? And if you go off the diet, are you going to gain all the weight back? And my response, I think, is pretty simple. Yes. Because here's the thing. Any diet, it doesn't matter if you're doing, Weight Watchers, you're doing the ketogenic diet, you're doing, you're getting Seattle Suttons, you're doing Nutrisystem, you're doing 2 shakes a day and dinner. Anytime you shift your diet, your eating plan, your eating lifestyle, the scale, your clothes, your weight, all of these things are going to change. And obviously when we're the word diet, it's such an ugly word because it sends the signal that we're supposed to starve ourselves, or we're supposed to, pull things out of our meal plan that we enjoy, some of these things that make us happy, and it doesn't have to be that way. You have to find something that's going to work for you long term. You have to find something that, if you fall off, it's not that tough to get back on. You have to find something that, you can literally make a life with. Otherwise, if you're like me, if you're someone like me and millions of other Americans, you will struggle with your weight for your entire life. And as we get a little bit older, it becomes more and more difficult, in my opinion, to take that weight off and keep that weight off because our metabolism does slow down. That's a fact. And one of the joys of getting older. But what you got to do is you got to understand that a lot of the things we've been taught as kids or young adults about dieting and about weight management they're just not true. For example, a calorie is a calorie. That's a myth that's still floating around. And avoid fat because it's 9 grams of, it's 9 calories per gram, as where protein and carbohydrates are only 4. So, solid reasoning and a fully functioning brain would tell you that fat must be bad. Well, it's not. Your brain needs fat to survive. You need appropriate amount of fats to regulate things like cholesterol. You need an appropriate amount of fat to regulate hormones, reproductive hormones and energy hormones and all kinds of stuff. So fat has been given this idea or this stigma that it's bad. And I can tell you that, I've struggled with my weight my entire adult life, and it's gotten worse from following, high protein, moderate carbs and low fat, or just, low fat, anytime I've followed this idea that fat is the enemy, I have lost a little bit of weight. I was miserable, so I could only stick with it for maybe 3 months at a time, and then I would fall off, and I'd fall off the wagon, and I'd eat the wagon, and I would look for any other wagon I could find. We are hardwired for salt and sweet. That's just the way we are. It's in our DNA. But if you can eliminate the sweet, if you can pull the sweet, the refined sugars and carbohydrates out of your diet and replace it with something your body also craves, which is fat, especially, add some pink Himalayan sea salt and, man, make that fat really yummy. Your desire for carbohydrates drops significantly. You have plenty of energy throughout the whole day. You're not dealing with energy spikes. You're not dealing with, periods where, maybe you eat lunch in an hour. I think 5-hour energy calls it the 2 o'clock or the 2:30 feeling. I don't deal with that anymore. I used to crash hard after lunch. When I was in the insurance world, me and my business partners, we would go out to lunch, 3-4 times a week together, Buffalo Wild Wings, or we'd go, have burgers at the Scoreboard, you know, and those food, they taste great, don't get me wrong, and I mean, those places are awesome, and you know, they're a great place in moderation to go and enjoy a meal with friends and family. But the bottom line is, all the carbohydrates that they put in there, it just knocks you out. It makes you so tired by the time, you know, 2-3 o'clock comes by that you're pretty well worthless the whole rest of the afternoon. And so to answer your question, let's get back to your question. Sorry, I tend to ramble. You should know this if you've been watching me. I try to edit most of that out. I'm not going to do that in this video. Anyway, so will you gain it all back? Yeah, eventually you will. But again, if you follow calories in, calories out, I lost 56.6 pounds. Calories in, calories out, I still tracked in my Fitness Pal when I was off. So calories in, calories out, I should have gained 56.6 pounds back or more. But I didn't. I only gained 16 pounds back. And some can argue that it takes longer to put calories, you know, to put fat back on. But what's interesting to me is the people that say that are also the people that believe that calories in, calories out is not a myth, that it's truth, that it's gospel. And it's also people who follow calories in, calories out, you know, and a calorie is a calorie, as in, you know, track your total calories, you know, the macronutrient percentages aren't important. Those people also think that it takes longer to put fat on than it does to take it off. I don't agree, you know, and I'm not an anomaly. 56.6 pounds of, you know, I don't know, I didn't get a bod pod or a DEXA scan or anything, so I don't know for a fact that every single pound was fat, but I can tell you I feel a lot better. My clothes are falling off. You know, not to be weird or gross or nothing, I barely can keep my underwear on. I need to buy new underwear because I've lost that much weight around my midsection and around my, you know, my hips and stuff. So it's a problem, but it's a great problem. So in short, yes, if you change your eating style, your diet, one way or another too much, that it goes against what your body needs for proper nutrients and proper nutrition to feed your body what it really wants and needs, yes, you will see the scale go up. You will see the clothes get tighter and you will gain the weight back eventually. So one of the reasons, probably the biggest reason why I love the ketogenic diet is I can honestly say I can see myself doing this for the rest of my life. And I know you're thinking, well, but whoa, wait a second, you know, you went off the diet for like 4.5-5 months, and I did. But guys, understand, I'm almost 38 years old. I've struggled with being obese since I was probably 20, 21 for sure. Struggled with being overweight since I was probably 16 or 17. So for me to stick to any kind of lifestyle change, any kind of diet for more than 90 days in and of itself is an absolute miracle. And I'm grateful for having found this diet, this lifestyle, and in finding a tremendous amount of support from people on Facebook, on YouTube, you know, total strangers, and my friends, my family that are asking questions, and some of which are starting to see results with the ketogenic diet as well. So Morgan, I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, it's probably only because I tend to ramble, and by the time this video is done, you will either think, wow, Josh, that was 10 minutes totally wasted, or you will think, thank you so much, that was the best 10 minutes. Gotta look for a turn. The best 10 minutes that I've spent on YouTube learning about how to permanently make a change in my health and get the body I've always wanted. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to like, leave me your comments, leave me some feedback, subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Okay? Take care. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week. Have an awesome life. And I'll see you again in the next video.